We had a surprise this month when it comes to Outer Banks numbers.
Surprise, surprise!
Hey everyone, it's Danielle Taylor with Keller Williams Realty here on the beautiful Outer Banks, and it's Stats Day! Got my nerdy glasses on today. My contacts were not cooperating, so glasses it is, but kind of fitting. Anyway, it is, as always, all of this information is courtesy of the Outer Banks Association of Realtors, and this information runs through October 31st, 2023. So let's dive in. Let's start with sales units. So overall, our residential unit sales are down about 29% year to date. However, a little lower October over October, we're only down 21%. Okay, so sales units are down. That's not a surprise. We've been trending that way all year. And then looking back to 2019, which I started doing last month, we're down about 13% versus 2019. Okay, so sales are down overall and down a little less when we compare back to pre-COVID. Inventory. Let's talk about what we have to sell. So overall, our average monthly inventory year to date 2023 is about flat to 2022. So that's kind of remaining steady. And we're down 60% versus where we were on an average monthly basis for inventory in 2019. So again, that trend of only being down 13% in sales, but down 60% in inventory remains. So still demand is outpacing the lack of supply. 30% of the properties that got listed in October are already sold or under contract with an average days of 10. So again, the good stuff continues to go fast, just under a third of the properties going quickly within the same month as listing. And while inventory was up over September by about 5%, our new listing inventory was down about 5% versus September. So we're still kind of riding that roller coaster when it comes to new properties and new product. Overall, trending continues to see inventory creeping up, and we're sitting at almost about 19% over our rolling 3-year average. Okay, so the inventory picture isn't a lot different than last month, but we're starting to see it creep up a little bit, okay? Third thing, let's dive into pricing. So interesting thing, I said a little teaser at the start that there was a surprise, and here's where it is. So while our median residential sale price year to date is down about 3.4%, sitting at about $550, that excludes co-ownerships, just FYI, I do pull those out. If you ever wanna know why, just reach out to me. There was a bright spot. So in single family residential, in October, we saw a record high median sale price of $672,000. So I'm just going to say, doesn't that surprise you when it comes to what the media says? Don't always believe what you see in the media. So that was a really interesting thing. Obviously, if we break our pricing down by price category, it's going to differ within there. But one of the things I thought I would share is the range. If we look at properties that have sold year to date under $500,000, those are selling at an average of 99.7% of their original asking price. Okay, so the pricing is still very strong. If you go all the way down to our 2 million plus level of inventory, those are selling at an average of about 93.6% of original price. So a lot more, as you would expect, more price fluctuation and opportunity in those higher price points. So that's where we are in terms of pricing. I also always look at price reduction. So right now we're sitting at about 28% of properties have done a price reduction year to date before selling, okay, so about 28. And the highest percentage of those price reductions, as you would expect, is in the 2 million plus category, and that was at about 58%. So about 58% of properties in the 2 million plus category have had to do a price reduction before selling. And that contrasts to the under 500, which is about 25%. So about a quarter of those have done a price reduction before selling. For those that did go ahead and do a price reduction, they're selling at an average of about 96% of their original price, versus those that priced right out of the gate, they're selling at an average of about 99%. Okay, so that's the change if you have to do a price reduction. So last thing I want to talk about, as always, is days on market. So overall, our average residential inventory year to date is at 51, which is up from 34 in 2022. So, we're definitely up. Our median days on market is sitting at 18 versus 11. So that median number is really where half are selling quicker and half are selling longer. So that's an interesting statistic, sitting at 18. As the days on market relates to price reductions, just a note that the properties that needed to do a price reduction, their average days on market was 118 versus those that did not, sitting at 36. So again, pricing it right makes a big difference. So hopefully you enjoyed today's Stats Day and some of the interesting stuff we found. As always, if you want to dive deeper, talk about it by town, talk about it by neighborhood, please reach out. Be happy to help. And we hope to see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.